Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to this little kind of story time video that I'm going to be making here for Modern Warfare Remaster. I got a bunch of gameplays, wanted to showcase them, put a little bit of my voice over the gameplays. But I'm doing this little intro part to show you that this is the class I was using for all three of these gameplays. I think the first one I used a red dot sight at first, but then the other two I did just the silencer attachment. Use the M9 silenced, have this nice little camo on it. Flash grenade, bandolier, Juggernaut, Marty Dom. Juggernaut, you can call me scummy for, but I mean, it's possibly like the best one in the game, and also like other stuff. I mean, this increased rate of fire is kind of cool. I just think this one's the most useful, at least for this class, even though this gun's extremely powerful. So I didn't need the stopping power because it was super good. But anyways, I'm gonna send y'all over to that gameplay. Yeah. So guys, I failed to mention before the story time starts that this is a very uncut and very raw story time. I just feel like I want to get my genuine, just right out of the thought story time on here with this, because quite frankly, I mean, I think that's more genuine. Obviously, I'm gonna try to do some more cut commentaries and all that stuff, but right now with this video I just wanted to keep it as raw and genuine as possible. So yeah, anyways, enjoy the story time, guys. Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Purgatory, and welcome to just a little bit of gameplays here I'm gonna have in the background. Today we're gonna be watching just a few gameplays that I got earlier today. It's going to be kind of a cut commentary of kind of going back into the day of whenever I first got into Call of Duty. I don't know if not everybody knows about like my history of Call of Duty, but kind of wanted to, because my story is very unique, I wanted to go ahead and share it with you guys and see if you kind of have a relatable story or whatever. And I'm interested to hear where your story is. So, okay, so start with about maybe 2006, 2007. I was pretty young. I don't remember the exact age, but I was pretty young. I remember I used to go outside a lot back in the day. I used to play a lot of basketball with my friends down the street, but I always had I remember getting a Wii. That was my very first console, the one that was actually mine. I got it for Christmas. I was so hyped to do it. My brothers were like trying to convince me to get, you know, an Xbox 360 or something. But I really wanted to get a Wii because I was a huge Nintendo fan, and I was just more interested in the games that a Wii had to offer. And that's pretty much just the console that I started off with whenever it came to gaming. Fast forward to 2007. I went up to 2007 or 2008. I can't remember which one. I think it was 2008. Fast forward to then. I was up in Pennsylvania, and one of my cousins also had a Wii. And they had a game called Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare on the Wii, and they were playing it. I was so interested to see what it was. Like I remember I was just outside usually, kind of just enjoying the weather, because that's just kind of how I am whenever I'm not playing video games. I'm outside enjoying the weather, or just editing videos, you know. And I went back inside to go watch some TV because I was a little exhausted. I kind of just wanted to rest down for a bit, and I look over at the TV, the little CRT that we had, and my cousin was playing Modern Warfare on it, and I was wondering what he was playing. I was like, hey man, like, what are you playing? This looks really interesting. He goes, oh, I'm playing Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And I was just completely interested in what the game was. I really wanted to see everything that the game had to offer. And if you guys don't know how Modern Warfare was, I'm going to try to find a clip of it, but how Modern Warfare was is you pointed a Wii controller at the screen, and that was how you aimed. The left nunchuck was how you moved the character around, but basically you pointed the Wii remote at the screen, and then you had to point across the screen. So like the aimer, like instead of being centered, the aimer was all around the screen. And how you rotated it is when you pointed the Wii remote to the right, and then your guy would look right, look left. It was never like a controller to where you just look left, right, stuff like that. So that was my first experience with Call of Duty 4. I remember World at War being the game at the time, because I remember when I was like playing Call of Duty, and I was so interested in the other game, in this game, and I wanted to see if there were other games in it. So I discovered Call of Duty, the original Call of Duty, Call of Duty 2, and Call of Duty 3. Then I discovered World at War. World at War, I didn't play as much. I played mostly the zombies to it, because I just kind of binged the Modern Warfare multiplayer, especially funny enough being on the Wii. Usually people's first experience is on the Xbox 360 or something, but my first experience with Call of Duty was on a Wii. But I do remember getting World at War and playing that a lot, on the same console, on the Wii, playing zombies on the Wii. I don't think we had any of the DLC. I think it was only just Noctur on Toten. I'm not sure. But that was my first ever experience with Call of Duty. Kind of fast forward, I was still playing other games like Guitar Hero, Super Mario Galaxy, all that stuff on the Wii. But then I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out, and I still had a Wii. I didn't have an Xbox 360, but I remember when my brother picked it up, and he had the original Xbox 360, and I didn't play that nearly as much as I did Modern Warfare on the Wii, but whenever I had the chance to, I played it, and it was so much fun to play. Modern Warfare 2, it doesn't stand as my favorite game, and I'll get into those reasons here in a second, but it was just quite an experience for me. I sucked at the multiplayer, but I still found a way to have fun. I still always rage though. I have a problem with raging, and you can ask my friends about that. It's a problem I don't think I'll ever fix, to be honest. But anyways, kind of steering away from that. Yeah, back when just Modern Warfare 2 was the thing, and then I remember when Black Ops 1 came out, and at the time when Black Ops 1 was out, I was just not updated at all. But I do remember when it came out and my brother bringing it home. I think I can't remember if he went to the midnight release of the game, but he brought it home, and I only played it like once or twice. All I did was play Kino der Toten. I wasn't huge on Call of Duty that year. It's pretty iffy. I was kind of just in and out of Black Ops 1. I don't have too many memories with that game. Only like later when the game wasn't even at its prime anymore. That was when I had most of my memories. But there's that. But then Modern Warfare 3 was announced, and that's when kind of my whole career with Call of Duty pretty much changed. I still did not have an Xbox 360. It took me a really long time to get an Xbox 360. Yeah, I still didn't. My brother still had the Xbox 360, but I remember when he went to the midnight release for Modern Warfare 3, and he picked it up, and I always took turns with it, all that stuff. Anyways, be right back. Alright, back to what I was saying. Again, my brother had MW3, and I remember taking turns on his console. Whenever he went out to work, I jumped on his console and played on his account. I think I had my own account. I can't remember exactly. I don't know if I had my own account or if I used my brother's account. But either way, both me and him sucked at the game. So, but I was still pretty good. Me and him were kind of equally skilled at the game, but like compared to other people, we were pretty bad. But that was kind of when my career with Call of Duty really surfaced, because Modern Warfare 3 was the first game I grinded. I remember when, at the time, there's this place called TH3 Arcade. It doesn't exist anymore. It closed down like about a year or two later, like after it opened. they had these lock-ins they had these things called lock-ins where every Saturday night you're basically in the building and you couldn't leave, and you were there for basically like 10 or 12 hours. I can't remember how long it was, but it was all night. It was you pulled an all-nighter and you just played video games. So what we would do is we would get all of us would get Modern Warfare 3, and we would start doing game battles. So it was the 3v3 game battles. And I remember when the face-off maps came out, and we actually used those maps for the 3v3 stuff. It was like my favorite time to play the game. I remember I don't think I ever hit the max prestige of the game. I haven't really hit max prestige of any game, to be honest. I just don't grind games as much as other people do, because I'm a variety gamer. I like to play one game. I like to play multiple games at one time. That's really just kind of how I am. I can't grind one single game for a really long time. It kind of messes with my mentality. But that was when I started playing way more of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, like just Call of Duty in general. And then after that, there's very faint memories after that, but I remember the very moment when Black Ops 2 was announced. That was the most hyped I've ever been for Call of Duty. Watching all the trailers, constantly watching the gameplay videos that people keep putting out. I pre-ordered that, and we were just like counting down the days when it came out. When Black Ops 2 came out, it was basically exactly what I hoped it would be. While Modern Warfare 3 stays my favorite Call of Duty on time, like of all time, Black Ops 2 is not far behind, because Black Ops 2 was just constant fun, no matter how much, how many times I got pissed at the game. And that was also the time when I first got my Xbox 360. I finally got an Xbox 360, kind of closer towards the end of Modern Warfare 3's life cycle, and the beginning of Black Ops 2's life cycle. I got the Elite Xbox, which was considered the best Xbox out there. Played the crap, but I still played a little bit of MW3, and then Black Ops 2 came out, and I think that was the most I ever grinded a game at the time. I remember going on constant kill streaks. I was actually pretty decent at the game. I don't remember my stats, to be honest. I'm probably speaking off my ass, thinking I'm better than I actually was. But either way, I always had fun with the game. I always never had a single down moment on that game, and every single time I go back to it, I always remember the memories I had, because that was the first game I ever got the season pass, back when the season pass was the unfortunate model. It still is, what am I thinking, but it's kind of slowly being circled out. I remember buying the season pass because I was also a huge fan of the zombies. And I was just a huge fan of how the multiplayer maps were. The 3-lane map system caught my attention, and there's just so much about Black Ops 2 that I loved. And like, I remember when the Peacekeeper came out, I remember using that gun a ton. And then the Ray Gun Mark II came out for Buried, and I remember just grinding Buried. I think the Buried was like the map I played the most, other than Mob of the Dead. Even though Mob of the Dead remains my favorite zombies map of all time, I do remember playing more Buried than I ever did Mob of the Dead. That map was difficult, and I always liked playing it with friends, but even sometimes solo matches are pretty cool. But yeah, there's that. Then after that, I think Ghost was announced. I was still on the hype of Call of Duty, and I was very, very excited to see what Infinity Ward brought next after Modern Warfare 3. Call of Duty Ghosts came out. I remember pre-ordering it, being hyped as much as I was for Black Ops 2, and I remember being not disappointed, but very, very happy, because I actually like Ghost. The Honey Badger remains one of my favorite guns of all time, other than the Galil and the MSMC. But the Honey Badger, the implemented silencer, the whole shebang of that gun, just the look of it, I always loved. I just always loved the feel of it. And Call of Duty Ghosts in general, while it did have ginormous maps like Stonehaven, that we'll never talk about, I think it had also had some of the best DLC. I don't really have many fond memories with the DLC because that was when the new gen consoles were coming out, and that was like we were still going in between Xbox and Xbox 360 and Xbox One. And I remember when like Ghost was still, like Call of Duty was still on the Xbox exclusivity deal, so all the DLC came out first in Xbox. So I bought an Xbox and a PS4 because I wanted to play the PS4 games and then, you know, play the Xbox One games. And that was like one of the first games that I ever bought though was Ghost. Well, I don't have many fond memories on the next gen consoles. I do have a lot of memories with the last gen consoles, Xbox 360. I never owned a PS3, but I always played Xbox 360. I just loved how the controller felt for the Xbox 360. Then after that, Advanced Warfare was announced, and I was really confused because that was whenever Advanced Movement first got introduced to the title, to the entire franchise, and I was very confused. I'm gonna that's like saying that is like an understatement, because there were jetpacks. You shot up into the air. It was basically like skeet shooting. I was super excited, but I was super scared because that's when I felt Call of Duty may be going down the hill from there. But when Advanced Warfare, I was still optimistic. Advanced Warfare came out, and I turned out actually really liking it. I couldn't play it for too long because the game could be a bit too much. So I didn't play it as much as I did Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 3. But I still remember having a ton of fun with it. Still not that much fond memories, but yeah. Then after that, Black Ops 3 was announced. I played more zombies than Black Ops 3, and then Infinite Warfare was announced, and then Modern Warfare Remastered got announced, and I was super excited because, you know, the fond memories I have on the Wii playing Modern Warfare Remastered. So, there's that. And that's going to lead me to my fond opinion of this game. I don't mind the DLC weapons. I don't mind that they added new content to this game, because the game was gonna die in about a week or two anyways if they didn't add any new content to the game. Yes, they added the DLC later in the cycle, but it really, like, it was just all the same maps that we've already gotten before. The DLC weapons, I think, were a good addition. As you can see, I'm using one of them in this gameplay, in these gameplays that you guys have been watching. And yeah, I mean, I don't really mind the DLC weapon stuff in this game. I thought it added more. I thought, like, other than the, I think, well, there's not really, yeah, I don't really have much of an opinion on the DLC weapons other than just I like the fact that they did them and how forgiving this game was for its supply drop system, its loot system. Whenever you got a duplicate, it actually gave you a good amount of stuff. Basically, if you paid like 20 bucks for a supply drop, you got really close to getting the DLC weapons. Play the game for free a little bit, like not for free, but play the game, earn some armory credits, the little things you can spend on supply drops. EPA credits, I think they're called. You use that. You get 30 of them, get a rare supply drop, and then you can actually get a lot of parts. Like, if you get, like, you were able to get constant legendaries, constant golds, like triple gold. Like, I got pretty lucky with that stuff. And whenever the new DLC, like, weapons would come out, I stayed pretty up to date to it. Other than the last kind of part. Whenever the Honey Badger and everything kind of like the Honey Badger like lookalike came out, that was when like I was kind of just dead with Call of Duty at the moment, and I played and I was like super hyped for World War II, so I kind of just like steered away from Call of Duty for a bit so I could not burn myself out like other people do. And yeah, I mean, World War II came out, I had fun, and then Black Ops 4 came out. I'm a little disappointed, but still having a little bit of fun. But yeah, that's kind of just the history of my whole thing with the entire Call of Duty franchise. Kind of brief, very, like, I'm not like gonna go in depth with my memories because I kind of just want to keep them to myself, because it was just, I don't know. There's just a lot of fond memories that I don't really want to share. So hopefully you get. I'm gonna leave this gameplay going. I don't know if it's cut. The commentary is probably cut down. I'm probably gonna keep the commentary raw. But anyways, yeah. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you were brand new to the channel, and comment what your first ever Call of Duty experience was. Anyways, love you guys. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay.
Friendly airstrike on the way! Reloading! UAV recon standing by. Enemy UAV is airborne. Airstrike standing by. Helicopter support standing by. Friendly airstrike on the way. Enemy UAV is airborne. Friendly chopper on the way. We're about to win this one. Keep up the fire. Enemy UAV is airborne. UAV recon standing by. Our UAV